Greetings and welcome to episode 62 of my Empire Total War Darth Mod Knights of St. John campaign. This, my friends, how we left it last time, where we are bringing the remnants, the last remnants here of the Dutch forces that were guarding the island here in Hispaniola. We're bringing them to task, my friends. We're going to eliminate the last remnants of these forces here and bring it fully under our control. Our goal here is to effectively unify all of the Caribbean, or at least the Dutch assets within the Caribbean, under our flag. Now, as you can see here, this army is in very good health here indeed. Maybe a few casualties here, as you can see by the flag, but the Dutch have been absolutely decimated in the last battle we had with them. We're not going to allow them to escape. Now, we could, of course, go the automatic route, but we won't do that because the casualties will probably be excessive to what they actually should be. As you can see, we've lost... No, actually, no. These two cannon are well oversaturated with men here, as you can see at the moment, but the rest are in good shape here. We've got a huge amount of cavalry. That's effectively nearly 500 troops here, just in the cavalry. That's extraordinary, but we are going to take, as you can see, these are the remnants here. They are quite down. The African musketeers are still in fairly good shape here, but the rest have been absolutely mauled. Now, of course, we are in a titanic battle with an absolute titan, which is the Dutch. The Dutch are huge. What we must also remember is that for every island we take in the New World, which the Council, of course, has requested, we sort of pick away the edges of the Dutch Empire. Slowly, bit by bit, we sort of unpick it from a distance, and then eventually we get to the main part, which is Europe. But let's be absolutely clear, my friends, the Dutch control all of Europe. Apart from Spain, everything else is Dutch controlled, including Russia. Now, they've recently taken Moscow, and they're even expanding further, even into the sort of the Urals, as it were, which is extraordinary. So for every territory we take off from them in the New World, they replace it with something in Russia. That's how powerful they are. It is going to take us decades with which to probably even begin to assault Europe in any sort of formidable way. It really is that brutal, my friend, the war we're in at the moment. We do have allies. Spain is an ally. They are sort of holding the Dutch at bay there in the south. We've also got, Austria is an ally as well, but the Dutch are even moving now into North America with great purpose. So that is something we have to really be careful of here, my friends. We don't get bogged down, or we don't get caught out. We don't lose an army by being overconfident in ourselves. We must do this absolutely by the book here. Eliminating each force, each island, bringing it fully under our control, making sure it's fully secure before we move on. The one main weakness we do have is our navy. Our navy, we cannot construct first ship of the lines here. We can't get the top tier ships. We've got to rely on sort of third and fourth rate ships, as it were. But if we get enough fleets of those, we could possibly mass one fully footed Dutch fleet. But my goodness me, the battle would be absolutely titanic, and it's going to cost us a fortune. But let's just deal with what's in front of us here. Let's eliminate this last remnants here in Hispaniola, and let's take this quite significant trade for them. But remember, even though we're taking the Caribbean holdings of the Dutch, they're replacing them with places in Russia. Also, the trade lines aren't so exposed in Russia. They've got that overland because they control Moscow. Everything they take in Russia, automatically the trade automatically feeds into Moscow anyway. But that is not something we're going to worry about, my friends. Here, the topography here of this battlefield is extraordinary. Look at this. We've almost got this sort of cliff here. We've almost got this cliff here. We've got this sort of mound here, which sort of does give us pause for thought. But we've got, look at the cuirassiers. That is an extraordinary amount. 225 cuirassiers. I think we'll send these gentlemen immediately into the trees here. We're going to absolutely hit them here from the right flank here. We're also going to use the artillery absolutely up front and centre, because we've got plenty of that. Now, let's just pull the grenadier. We've got some wonderful grenadiers as well here. Let's just pull these gentlemen back so we can properly assess our lines here. Let's pull these gentlemen back as well. We want the guns. Look how much cavalry we've got. It's extraordinary. Now, let's put the gentlemen up front. We're not going to be harassed by any cavalry in this battle. So our going to be on the front foot here. I think all the way over here. So let's put these gentlemen up here as well. And we'll have, I think we'll move them slightly over this way so we can have, because we've got to watch this here. Will it give us any problems? Let's have a look. Yes, as you can see here, that will put a gap in our lines if we're not careful. So we can only go to, actually it wouldn't be too bad. We can probably put another regiment here if I'm not mistaken. Yes, we can. As you can see, this cliff here will cause us problems because of the geology here of this cliff, is it? Well, not cliff, but hill. So the topography here is quite undulating here, but considering we're facing a very weak force, that shouldn't be too bad for us. Right, let's bring all of these under control here. Now, let's bring these. Actually, let's ungroup them in a second. Get them in some proper order here. That's more like it. Quick line. 24 pounders here. Wonderful. And also here, we're going to use our foot artillery here to hit them with shrapnel shot, which is absolutely brutal. That's more like it. Perfect, sir. Fire control. Now, let's set our... Well, I think we'll keep the Grenadiers back. We don't want to... These are our elite forces here. And for some reason we've managed to get 400 Grenadiers in this one regiment. 400. That's equivalent of 2 Grenadier regiments in what... I mean, look at that. That's 400 Grenadiers. I'm not sure what's going on there, my friends. But we're only meant to have 188. We've somehow managed to accumulate double that. I genuinely don't know what's going on here. But we're going to keep them... I think we'll keep them... We'll keep them aside, I think, just because they don't need to get involved. We want to keep some of our finer troops out of harm's way. I think we'll do the same here for the Royal Cairo. They are also another elite group of troops. We don't really need them for this battle. We're trying to keep our losses to a minimum, as it were, and keep some of our finer troops, our more elite troops, out of the fight. Now, we've got plenty of standard troops here, plenty of line infantry that can do, colonial line infantry that can do the job for us. I think we have the 3rd Regiment here in the vanguard here, in the up front and centre in the defence. We've got a quick line here, we do indeed. We have the 2nd Regiment here again. Another very experienced regiment here. As you can see, they're all starting to gain some good experience of the 4th. You can tell this army is one of our first armies we've ever had because of the numbering of the regiments. So we've got to play smart here with this. These will be a little bit far forward. So let's just move these gentlemen down here a second. Let's get this absolutely spot on here. I know we're taking our time against such a small force, but again, we've got to watch our casualty numbers. We don't want to be throwing our troops in with abandon and then looking at the casualty list and thinking, why didn't we do better? Because we can't afford to throw. Just because we outnumber them doesn't mean we assume we're automatically just going to roll over them. Although, granted, we probably will. But never assume anything, my friends, especially in war. Because sometimes you get caught on the hop and just when you least expect it. So we want to do this because we want this force, this army, to effectively leapfrog from one island to the other. And we can't do that if it's badly beaten. It means you've got to stop and replenish. So we're going to keep these regiments back. We don't need them. Especially with the cavalry we've got in the flat. Look, 260 cuirassiers. Just the cavalry alone would do the damage. So we're going to keep these gentlemen back as well. We'll put them by here. Let's do this absolutely by the numbers here because we don't want them getting involved. We want to, as I said, we want to keep them in good shape. Look lively, lads. Now, let's take them all off fire at will. We've got the general here. We shall have here. We've got reserves if we need them, but to be honest with you, with the cavalry involved as well, and the defensive line we got with the artillery, it should be... Let's do this, my friends. Let's get him. We've got to teach the Dutch a lesson here. So, oh my god, look at that. That is an absolutely monstrous. Look at that. They've even covered their back here with anti-horse stakes, but we're going to absolutely move into the flanks here and crush them. What a shot that was, look at that. They've been This army here is taking a bit of beating, this regiment here. Look at that. They've taken a real pasting there, my goodness me. Oh, that is brutal. Get into them, lads. Look at this. It's astonishing. Ceasefire. Do want any... Oh, we've rolled them up here. We've rolled them up, sir. Look at this. That is a wondrous sight. Get into them, lads. Let's deal with them here now. Look how many troops we've got. Oh my goodness me. They've been absolutely swamped by cavalry here. This is incredible. Come on, lads, put them to the sword here. They're gone. Let's deal with them. Oh, they've shattered as well. Look at that. We've absolutely obliterated them here. They might be broken. Oh, we need them shattered, please, gentlemen. We continue here. Oh, wait a minute. Looks like they've come back. Bit of bravery here. Let's deal with it. Look at that. Look at that cavalry charge. Gosh, they've been absolutely eviscerated here. My goodness me. Come on, lads, put them down here. Let's... That was close. That was very close indeed. We almost ran full into these stakes here. That would have been an absolute obliteration. We've won this, my friends. We've done it. Yes, heroic victory, of course. That is a wonder. Look at that. We lost 30 men. That's more like it. Look at that. They lost almost everything. And what if they have any more left? Look at that. The cuirassiers kill 500 between, or 500, over 500 between them. That's a wonder. Yes. Beautiful. Now, let's replenish these forces here that only took a few casualties here, only 30 men, which is much more like it. And now Hispaniola is fully under our control with 2 full armies as well. Look at that, though. We did take quite the beating here trying to take trying to take the town here from them. But this army here, these 2 armies now are fully ready. As soon as they replenish, they're ready to move on to the next task, which I think is going to be here. Now this here is going to be a titanic battle, because we probably might need an army group here. I think we're going to need an army group in here, because Punda is going to be exceptionally tough to break. We have to land here and launch an attack pretty much simultaneously. Whichever army lands here first is going to have a tough fight here. We might therefore clear. I mean, look what they're taking here. They're even starting to take now all of this for themselves. All of the southern states here have been falling to the Dutch. They're so powerful, my friends. I can't even begin to tell you how powerful they are. So now we've cleared this island here. I don't think they've got anything else in this area here at all. No, they haven't. Just Punda. We've also sealed off Punda, so they can't bring any of their fleets in here, or they can't at the moment. They can't. So these are trapped here. So whilst they're trapped here, we'll replenish these gentlemen here. As you can see, they're very, very experienced generals here. General Ponti here. Look at the generals here. Look at them. They really are. Look at this. Exceptional. Absolutely exceptional. -2 here, but still the morale here for the rest more than make up for that. And the same can be said here for this general here. It's only 55 as well, but look at this. +5 movement range, 8 camp, +1 in land battles, drill master, attacking general. Absolutely phenomenal. So these are 2 exceptional generals here, but we need to get these armies back up to full strength, because what we'll probably do is launch an invasion here into the southern states, hitting Florida first, I think. But we probably need to reconnoiter. There's a look at that. You very crafty indeed, sir. So I think what we will do, how are we looking here? It's pretty much under control. But what we'll do is we'll move this army, and we'll take out this army that's here, because we can't use this whilst it's still under their occupation. But look at that, 31,000 here. But we do need to reconnoiter these here. So I think we're sending 1 ship here and 1 ship to Louisiana. Let's just see what's going on. Nothing at all in Florida, not a beam. Oh, now Louisiana is a different prospect. Here is the Spanish force that must have been maybe down here, still in Florida as it were. But look at this. Substantial forces here in Louisiana. That's going to take some time to dislodge those. And we definitely want to bring these under our control. But Florida can be taken straight off the march here. And, oh, there it is. Would you look at that? Very highly experienced. So there we know, but they're sitting there now. We've got these 2 Spanish forces here. They're not going to do much, but it looks like they've left the cover here of Florida. So we don't want to lose these ships. What we will do is we'll move them into here, just for some protection here, because now we know what's there. We've got some good income coming in this way. 65,000, as you can see here. Our bank is exceptional. 66% popular. Look at the Treasury Minister. My goodness me, he's one of the finest I've ever seen. It's exceptional there. And look at the Navy and the Army. My goodness me, these gentlemen are extraordinary. Trade is booming at the moment, because we don't have any ports being blockaded here at the moment, which is excellent. And we've got to keep an eye on the Dutch. So we know what we're going to hit here. So we're going to hit the lower southern states here and bring all this under control. Then we'll probably crush the remnants of the 13 colonies as well, maybe striking here from the east. And we are putting together another army here, I believe, indeed. Let's just quickly look here. Yes, we are. So what we'll do, we'll just appoint a general here, and then start putting together that army we want here. And I can't get cuirassiers at the moment. We're probably waiting for things to be waiting for the right buildings to come along here so we can get cuirassiers, but it's going to take some time. The gunnery school and the military academy, which will give us what? Indeed, cuirassiers, exactly what we wanted. So when this one is done now, we can start putting the cavalry we need, and also the gunnery school should give us 24 pounders, only 12 pounders. So these are way behind where we are normally. And the gunnery school again, so we're going to have an immediate upgrade this. As soon as this is ready, we'll upgrade this and this. We've got more than enough in the bank now, 252,000 gold. We could even move, we're at peace with the Mughal Empire, we could even move this army here to help assault the 13 colonies, but not yet. We've got to do this step by step here, my friends. We've also got Newfoundland under our control here, so the trade here is quite exceptional. We've also got here Rupert's Land. And it's firmly under our control, no problems here at all. A decent income as well, 2839, probably from the furs, I'd imagine. What's the fur trade looking like at the moment? Furs at 20 gold, not bad. There's the furs there, so 290 pelts. But it's the ivory, I think. This ivory is actually sunk like an absolute stone. But spices are absolutely blisteringly hot at the moment. Look at that. The spices from India are making us an absolute fortune. £100 of spices going to from India here. Who's buying it? Oh, there it is, the Ottomans. The Ottomans are buying £62 of it. They are buying an absolute raft load, aren't they? Look at that. 47th, that's our trade there with the Ottomans. But I'd like to get the Mughal Empire up to a similar amount. Austria's going to take a while here. New Spain has been a real valid ally of ours. It really has. Look at the bonus income, 15,000 bonus. My goodness me, it's exceptional. Now, what we're trying to also do is build up a nice little bank here. As you can see, we're trying to build and create. We might just increase. Yeah, we've got 2 more ships here, and also we've got this army here, which I think. Let's increase the fishing here. We don't need this. I don't think we need this army here anymore. This army here is more than enough to... Oh, we could even swap them over, because this army here has got the 2 regiments of grenadiers in it. I think we'll send this army here to the New World. Now, as you can see, my friends, I mean, look at this. We know we've got the Swedish here in the middle, and for some reason the Dutch have allowed them to have this because they are allies with the Swedes, and the Swedes, as soon as the Dutch declared war upon us, they soon backed away from that alliance, the Swedes. But look at this Dutch Empire, look at it. It goes from France, all of Western Europe, Middle Europe, Central Europe, Eastern Europe, all the way down to Bulgaria, even Russia. They control Karelia here, but everything else, look, all of it is gone. Everything. They control Karelia, Astrakhan, and Azerbaijan, and Esfahan here, and Afghanistan. That is it. That is and the only reason they probably can't get across here is because there are other nations in the Dutch way. To be honest with you, I wouldn't be surprised if the Dutch don't just walk over these as well. Hopefully they don't attack the Ottoman Empire, because the Ottoman Empire, I think, is an ally of theirs, or at least a trade ally with theirs. So quick here. No, they got trade with. Yeah, no, they haven't. They don't have. No, they do have trade. There it is, trade there, and they're also allied with the United Provinces. So that's good, because the Ottomans are a firm and well-established trade partner of ours. And long may that continue. But look, even Italy, even all of Italy is under the Dutch control. I've never seen anything like it. Never have I seen a nation that started with one region effectively become the dominant power. I mean, look at it. It's extraordinary. They've completely wiped the Russians off the map. And we control the southern, or the richest part of the subcontinent, particularly here in Mysore. But we've also been attacked here. We've been attacked here quite brutally here. Look at that, by the Dutch. But we managed to hold them off. Now we're replenishing and repairing here. We've also putting together an army here to assault Ceylon. So we're going to take this off them. But again, we have to hold our nerve. We're trying to put together a naval. Let's get an admiral here. putting together another fleet here. So the 4th rate is all we can do at the moment, but that's still better than nothing at all. We've got the Dutch here. Want everything here, but this army here is being put together. As you can see, this is going to complete this army here. This army is then going to be moved to take and deal with the Ceylon. But as you can see, we're only at peace now with Mughals. We were allies with them because, of course, if I'm not mistaken, the Mughals are allied with the United Provinces. Nobody, and I mean no one, is stepping against on the toes of the Dutch. If the Dutch are allied with someone and they go to war with you, no one will stay allied with you. Very few people will stay allied with you. Very, very few indeed. It's really is incredible. These are allies. Spain and New Spain, that's it. Every single one of these used to be our ally. All of these used to be our ally. As soon as the Dutch declare war upon us, they all drop their alliance with us. So we've got to also be careful of the Mughals. How do they view us? Very friendly. Okay, that's good. The Ottomans, very friendly as well. Russia is hostile, but they're not at war with us. That's not too bad. Sweden, friendly, but only plus 49 there, Sweden. Spain, of course, we've got the alliance with Spain. And alliance with New Spain as well. They've been wonderful allies, the Spanish. They really have. But as you can see, our next task is to take Ceylon from... Let's just a quick recce here. So that's what they've got in here. These won't actually fight. They're not actually part of the city for some reason. There's not even an army in the city. So what we're going to do is we're going to send this ship up here ready. Now the Dutch, if we could take Ceylon, it would be another sort of just a slight unpicking there of the Dutch Empire. But this is what we're up against, my friends. The single largest enemy that I've ever seen in any campaign, ever. And believe me, that's a lot of campaigns. Now the Dutch still control Finland and Karelia here. And the Spanish, thankfully, are holding their own here. They've got plenty of forces here, but as you can see, they are struggling a little bit in terms of the losses, because they've got some wonderful armies here. I mean, look at these. And thankfully, we are providing them with a good amount of income here, and they've got some good income coming in here from New Spain and Russia. Look at like 123,000 we got coming in here. Where's Spain? They got 10,287 coming in here. We could probably help the Spanish in some ways, but at the moment we're also building up here. Now we've only just brought London under control after probably about 15 years of rebellions, and that's no exaggeration, my friends. As you can see here, things are taking a long time to develop. Only 8,000 from London, which is extraordinary, to be honest with you. But as you can see, we're putting another army group here together because we are going to be taking in the fight to the Dutch if they move against us. But look at that army there in London. It's extraordinary. Now this army here is going to be built up. We've got the Fusiliers here. What else do we need? Probably another, I think another 24-pounder. And what else? What about cavalry? We've got 4 regiments of cavalry. I wonder if I think we might. Was it more engineers? No, because they're not the best. They're elite infantry. They're poor shooters. See, that's the problem. They're good at fortifications and fighting immediately, but we don't want that. See, I think what we will do is we'll put some sharp shooters in here. Just add a little bit of variety here for us, just to add something to our defences. Oh, wait a minute. Lancers. Absolutely. That's a wonder. We get some lancers as well. That's extraordinary, right? Right. I think what we'll do, my friends, is we'll end this turn here, and then we'll end the episode dependent upon what happens. So we're going to switch a few things around. We'll probably send this force as well into the New World. Now, do we have the fleet for it? Now, we've got a Spanish fleet here with an army. I'm not sure they're going to do. I hope they don't lose that, because that army is exceptional. And what I don't want to do, see, is I don't want to lose any of these to Dutch fleets. So if this goes, it's got to go straight away. Will it make it in? Will it make it in that one turn? Let's just check. Let's send this army here. Right. Now let's load this army up here, because the New World is where we're going to pick apart the Dutch. Now can it? Well, yes, it will. Excellent. Into the Americas. Now that fleet will make it, and with a new army to support our assault upon the Dutch assets in the New World. Bingo, gone. Excellent. Now we'll end the turn. We'll just see what comes out of it here. What have we got here? We've got Denmark. We're at peace with Denmark. But how is Denmark in terms of its... There's a surprise. They're allied with the United Provinces. There's a surprise. We've got to keep an eye on these here, because these are not here for our benefit at all. That's why we're keeping a fairly strong presence here in Britain, because it really is... That's a very elite force here. We've got this household cavalry, which we should be using somewhere else. We might detach these and actually move them into one of these armies here. We don't need them stationary here at all. They're far too valuable to be used. So what we'll do is we'll move these gentlemen all the way down to here, because we don't even need cavalry here, and we can also retrofit these as well where we're at it. So from Edinburgh we'll be sending some additional forces. First of all, the cuirassiers, please, gentlemen, thank you. And then also some new artillery pieces will be going there as well. We won't get rid of these just yet, because you never know what's around the corner. And let's start putting together more fourth rates here, and some more fourth rates here as well. I know we're spending a good chunk of our money here, but that's what we've got it for. It'll be 60, probably 60 odd thousand. That'll take us up to nearly 300,000 in gold. Right, let's end the turn, my friends. Let's see what happens here. We're just exploring where the Dutch are at the moment. As you can see, we're just reconnoitering what's available. Now, Austria is a formidable force. That's what the Dutch will do. We've got to keep an eye on the map here, my friends. We keep an eye on the map here and see whether everything else falls and goes orange. Oh, there it is. Look at that. That's really sneaky. They're going to move for... No, I think we'll let them. Yes, okay, they've gone to the rice paddy here. That's absolutely fine. It'll give us time for this force a bit. Oh, look at that. They're trying to move around us there and attack us, but that's the last army they've got there. But the army in Angkor is ready to fight, is ready to defend us there. The Dutch aren't doing much here at the moment. They're just sort of getting themselves ready. Now where are they going to go? Don't tell me they're going to move against it. They're going to I don't believe they've moved against Paris. They actually moved into the Dutch. My goodness me, into one of the great bastions of the Dutch Empire. But Russia again, absolutely mauled. Sweden, what are they going to do? Are they going to go against the 13 colonies? Don't even think about it, sir. Don't even think about it. Mughal Empire. Hopefully they will stay on our side. For the moment they're okay. Pakistan. Ooh, but oh, excellent. We can actually use these gentlemen here to reconnoitre a little bit behind the lines here. Let's go this way here and just check what's going on around here. But oh, look at that.
Siamo pronti. Pronti.
Now, this army is effectively ready here for combat.
Vostra Maestà. Avanti per il paese e la corona. Siamo pronti. Mio sire.
This army is now ready for combat.
Ghiacciateli.
It'll deal with this force. And we look at that. That's really crafty there by the Dutch. And we've only got these gentlemen in here, so we need to move these. Even though they're in the best of shape here, we need to move them back into here because there's going to be quite the fight here. This army's not in any shape at all to deal with that. So we're going to move these gentlemen back around into here. Let's select the best way to move this regiment in. These two regiments in as well. At least we've got some additional fire support. Yeah, we've got some regiments here. I think we'll put these two light dragoons in. Yeah, these two light dragoons are going to go in. And these gentlemen will have to support on the outside. But you can see where they're heading. Unless they head across here. In which case we're going to really struggle to hold them off here. But we're slowly getting ourselves back on track here. But it's going to that would be a brutal fight for us. We've got to hope they don't make it all the way across here in one go. Mind you, they could probably use the roads. Mind you, no, there's no connecting road. There's no direct route. They're going for Arcot here for definite, but they've left this completely empty. Once we've dealt with this force here, we can then replenish this force here and then moving his Ceylon immediately, and that will remove the direct threat to our southern holdings here. Oh, we do have this here, this army here. I think we'll launch an attack against them from this with this. Yes, of course. Now let's just double check what's going on here, just to be absolutely 100% sure. They've got that. There it is. There. Look at that. They've got another force here as well. So we need to be careful here. We don't want to just throw our troops away here. We want to make sure we've got them all secure. This city here is secure. We need to bring Mysore back up to full strength. They want Mysore because of the wealth. That's pretty obvious here. Right, let's have a look at what else we've got. That's pretty much us done here. In Arcot, it's almost at full strength here, which is not too bad, to be honest with you. I think it can defend from this. This is the only problem here is Mysore. Mysore has been attacked about 3 or 4 times and it's held each time, but the defenders have paid a heavy price for it. There's a lot of trade coming in out of here. Light provinces have been cut off. That's great. Now, the Mediterranean here, so we've got additional ships in here. Look at that, 290,000 there. That's a wonder. More Fusiliers. And we should have additional. Yes, we have. And also. To deal with the food shortages. Oh, wait a minute. Oh. Rats. My mistake.
In marcia! Avanti! Signor sì. Signore. Mio sire. Sì, mio sire.
That's excellent. That's okay. There's no point in getting this here because we're not getting any trade, but look at that. The Spanish have actually hit here very hard. Oh, look at that force. That's a wonder. We're doing not ready yet. Who else do we have here? Scotland, that's fine. That's fine. Oh, it's arrived. Now, I think what we will do is we'll send this force down here. Let's just... We'll send this force here to join up with the others. And then we'll deal with... Yes, familiar control here. 3797. Not too bad there, but still. Oh, Oh wait, don't tell me. Oh, that's an Admiral's flagship, see. Which we can't get at the moment. No, we've got 3 of 3, see, so we can't get those at the moment. This force is almost ready and complete here. I think what we will do is we'll send this fleet down here. So when we move against the southern states here, we know at least that they're all moving together. We don't want to lose any forces at all. We've got to do this absolutely by the books, my friend. I know I'm being ultra cautious here, but our resources are limited compared to the Dutch. If we don't hit them in a very concentrated way, we're going to lose significant amounts of forces which we can't afford to do. We are building up some excellent forces here. Oh, look at that. Let's get that underway here. And also here, the army board. Dockyard. We're also going to spend a good chunk of money here getting all of these up and running here. That's how... Yeah, let's do this. I know it's going to cost us a few shillings here, but still. Let's make the most of what we've got here. Because... I know that's at full capacity here. That's bringing in what to us? 1,400. And what else do we have here? Look at that. That's ready. We've done this one here in New England. New England, of course. Upgrade that to full water-powered mill. Nova Scotia. Okay, that's excellent. So now we are at maximum capacity, my friends. We've also got that. But I'm going to end this episode here, my friends. We are looking now to really hit the Dutch here, remove them from this southern states here, and then Punda's going to be the ultimate battle here, because this is going to consume it. This army group here is going to be called into battling here, and it's going to be a really difficult fight for us. Very, very difficult. They're entrenched, and they've got an army group and then some in here. Even though we saw our quality is better, they got the numbers here, and they'll still do a tremendous amount of damage to us. I think all these are at full strength as well here. At the moment we can't. No, all these are at full capacity. Yes. And here, down here as well. Yes, they are. But my friends, I'm going to end this episode here with 6-1. So that'll be, yeah, we're back up to, we'll be over 300,000 in gold, which is excellent. Now we need more money. We need probably 500,000 before we move against the Dutch proper, because they are exceptionally wealthy. Oh my goodness me, they even took this here. Yes, Astrakhan has fallen. So that's another Russian province, a region has gone. So they've taken everything here. The only thing that's keeping them at bay here is because they've got the mountain range here, and these nations here that are stopping them. Wait, no, wait. The Ottomans have moved in here and taken this. Wow, even the Ottomans are fighting here. Yeah, they're at war with Russia as well, so it looks like the Ottomans are going to take all of this. Esfahan is probably going to be next. Wow, I didn't see that coming. Wow, the Ottoman Empire and the Dutch are exceptionally strong. My God, how the blazes are we going to deal with this? But we are going to, my friends. We're not going to shirk from this. Our next task here is Ceylon once we've dealt with these forces here. But they're quickly going to send more and more against us here. Look at this army here, ready to move against us. It's going to be brutal. But, my friends, I'm going to end this episode here. I hope you've enjoyed it as always, my friends. Thank you for your wonderful support and advice. We are doing everything we can here to try and keep the Dutch at bay whilst we get ourselves organised. But it's going to be a very, very difficult task. Oh, look at this. Is Wittenberg here? Since when did they come back into fruition? Is that a rebellion? No, it's not. I must have just missed it here. They must have been part of that anyway. Just missed it. But my friends, I hope you've enjoyed as always, my friends. Thank you for your wonderful advice and support as always. Whatever you're doing, please be safe. But till next time, my friends, bye for now.